What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm having some issues with my sweet peppers. As you can see here, they're all pretty leggy and the leaves don't look very healthy. A lot of them look like they're about to fall off or already fallen off. You can see there's just a lack of really good green color here. So I'm going to have to do something to try to save these, or else I'm going to have to restart. I mean, today is February 24th, so I still have a little bit of time where I could restart all of these, but I'd rather not since they're already well established. So they've been under the same lights as my hotter peppers here, and as you can see here, these ones are doing pretty well. I mean, I started them in the same type of soil, same environment. We got a couple of little seedlings there that are a little leggy. I think those are my red scotch bonnets, and those are starting to have some issues too. But overall, the majority of my hot peppers are doing okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up trying to aggressively top these plants in an effort to try to make them recover in time, and hopefully get everything back on pace. So what I'm going to end up doing is just topping these like I did in my video before. I'm just going to cut them at an angle at the stem so that there's only a few leaves left. The intent here is, again, to cause some outward growth with some new shoots coming from more of the base of the plant. This will eliminate the legginess, and it will hopefully make the plant have a wider base and kind of reset itself to make it reestablish and get itself nice and healthy. So literally, I'm just going to go one by one here. It's going to look pretty aggressive, but there's not much to lose at this point. I mean, like I say, worst case scenario, they don't recover and I restart the seedlings. So I'm just going to fast forward it a bit, and we'll see how things look afterward. So I ended up topping nearly every plant in this tray. Just remember, this tray is all sweet peppers, bell peppers. I had some hikachukas in here. I had to cut them all down, hopefully to try to reset them. As you can see, some of them have no leaves on them. Some of them have barely any leaves. What I'm going to do now is just give them a good watering and put them down the grow tent and just see how they go. Alright, so here we are the next morning, just taking a quick look. Like I say, some of these seedlings don't have any leaves on them, but in a few days, if these things are as strong as I think they are, they're just going to produce more leaves and produce more shoots, and these things should recover fully. As you can see, some leaves there are still yellow. I left some of those on just in case, just to kind of support any new growth, and then once that new growth comes, those leaves will probably fall off. But yeah, here's a look, and we'll see how it looks in a few days. Alright guys, today's Saturday, February 29th. We are about 5 days after I topped all these guys down, and let's take a look at how they're doing. As you can see, a lot of them are already starting to have some new growth coming out already, like I anticipated. These things are going to be recovering nicely, lots of new growth there. As you can see, there's some coming out right there. So those are 2 new shoots coming out. So shoots coming out of there. So these are starting to look really good. Even this one over in the corner, some new growth right there, just coming right out of the node. I'm telling you, these peppers in general are very resilient, and they could take a good beating. And I just had to cut these down because they're getting way too tall. Some of them kind of look damaged. Like I say, these old leaves are probably going to fall off. See, I mean, this is already falling off, but I'm not worried about it because there's new growth right there coming right out. This one might probably even fall off too. No, that one's still hanging on. But anyways, but yeah, this is a little update so far. We'll come back in a few more days and see what the full recovery looks like. Alright guys, today is Monday, March 2nd. It's been a full week since I aggressively topped all these sweet peppers, and if we look closely, you can see a bunch of new growth that's coming in off of these seedlings that I topped, and you can see you can see the scarring from where I topped it on the top there. That's good. That means that's all closed off, so I don't have to worry about any water penetration, but you can see the new leaves starting to come out. A lot of the plants starting to push out new shoots, which is a really good thing. Like I say, some of these old leaves, like before, are just gonna fall right off, which is, like I say, fine. Now that these plants are starting to push out new growth, like I anticipated, that I don't have to worry about those old leaves. So a lot of them are just recovering straight away, and like I say, a lot of these old leaves are just gonna fall off on their own eventually, and these new leaves are just gonna take over and help support its future. This one's a little slower than normal. It still has that one little spot poking up right there, and there's a little something down there, but we'll see how that one goes. We'll continue to monitor it. Like I say, worst case scenario for these is that I start over, but I don't think I'm gonna have to. I mean, a lot of the old leaves are falling off, all those old damaged ones, and I think these things are starting to reset it on their own. So yeah, this is the update, and I guess the intent of this video is to not worry about aggressively topping, because these pepper plants are very, very resilient, and instead of having to throw away the whole seedling, you could just save time, top them. Even if you have to chop off every leaf, just know that they'll come back strong, and these ones are doing well too. Even these Scotch bonnet reds that I topped as well are starting to push out a ton of new shoots. There's a nice big tall shoot right there. But yeah, these things come back real fast. This is just a week's worth of updates. So I hope you liked the video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.